Hey, hi guys, welcome to PCF. So in our previous video, we learned about the views. Okay, what is view and what is updatable view and non-updatable view. Okay, simple view and complex view. And what is the advantage of view also we discussed in our last video. If you haven't watched that video, I strongly recommend to watch that video, guys. Okay. So now, we are going to discuss about the indexed view. Okay, indexed view. So we can create a index and view. So like two, so we'll call it an SQL, it's an indexed view. In Oracle, they will call it as a materialized view. Okay. So if interviewer asks materialized view, don't get confused, guys. Okay. So indexed view and materialized view, both are same. Okay. Both are same. So don't get confused. Okay. So to create that, okay, guidelines to create a, so for creating index, so we should have a schema binding. Okay. What is schema binding and all? So we'll discuss in advanced topic for now. So we'll go with the schema binding. Okay. And if there is any aggregations in the select list, so reference and expression, then there are in a way. Okay. So maybe if you are having any select list, in select list, if you have any aggregations, that may be the expression may be null. Okay. So to replace that null, okay, you have to replace null with some alternative values. Okay. 0 or some anything. Okay. So you have to, if there is any aggregation, if it is specify nulls, okay, you have to replace with a 0 something. Okay. This is the second point. Okay. Suppose if you do some aggregation, okay, price and quantity, and that is giving null values. Okay. Okay. Suppose if you are doing, okay, price into quantity, okay, price into quantity, and if it is giving null values, okay, quantity, if that means it's giving null value, okay, so you should replace with the null. Okay, it should not leave as a null value. Okay, that is the second. Okay. And also when you are doing the, when you are creating a indexed view, okay, so group by, specified group by, okay, if you have a group by, okay, so if you have a group by name and must contain a count. Okay. So count, normal count is not work here. Look, you have to use the count big star in expression. Okay. So anyhow, so whenever you have aggregation, you have to go with the group by, right? So that point is specified. And also the view must have the, if you do some count, that will not work with the normal count. Okay, you should go with the big count in expression. And the base table in a view, sorry, base table in a view, last point is, what is that, should be referenced with the two part names like dbo, okay, schema name, okay, dbo dot, okay, table name, okay, dbo dot table name. Okay, this is the two part name, guys. Okay, this is one part and this is two part. So some people may write database name also. So what is our database name? Sample. Okay, this is three part name, guys. Okay, but so what is our condition? It should have only two part names. Okay, so this is the three part name. Okay, if you add the server name, okay, server name, that is fourth part name. Okay, so like that. Okay, so what, so our condition is to have only two part name. Okay, base table should have only two part name, guys. Okay, so now let me create a view, guys. Like, so what is indexed view and how we are going to create that. Okay, for now, so I have a, sorry, I have two tables, sales product table, and see, I have a two tables here. Okay, let me go here. So this is the my product table. Okay, so I have a product like book, pen, pencil, okay, clips, and these are the unit price. And I have a sales table, product sales table. So there is the product ID and the quantity sold, like how many products we have sold and all. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so my final output, like, so the books, and then so book, so the product names and the total price of product and how many times the transactions is happened. Okay, the transaction count. Okay, so anyhow, I have these two tables I have created in on a already. So by creating a view, we have to achieve this. Okay, this is our output. Okay, let's go and create a view, guys. Okay, by joining two tables based on the product ID, we will join the two tables and then we'll create a view. First, let me join the tables. Okay, let me join the tables now. Okay, so from sales product table, okay, from, so we'll go with the from. Okay, what is that? Sales product table, sales product sales table, sorry, product sales table. Okay, joining with what? This table. Okay, TBL product table. Okay, so we'll join. Okay, that just you can write join, and then so this is the join, and so that will be a two-part name. Okay, two-part name. Okay, it should be dbo dot. Okay, so dbo dot. Yes. Okay, so that should be okay. As for our condition, it should have a two-part names. Okay, two-part names. Okay, and then join on which basis? On product ID basis, right? So you can write on, okay, TBL dbo dot TBL product sales. Okay, dbo dot TBL product ID. Okay, TBL product ID dot so dot product dot so PROD ID equal to so dbo dot this product ID. Okay, so we are joining. So this part is clear now. Okay, now so what the result we want? So the results we want sum of the total sales amount and total transaction count we required, right? So the product ID. Okay, so now we are joined. So from after joining, you need a select statement, right? So you need a select statement, that is total sales amount, right? So select the name. Okay, so what is the name? Okay, what is the product name? Select. Okay, so name. Okay, we'll go with that down and the name. Okay, select name comma. Okay, sum of what? Sum of, if you want a total sales amount, this is the unit, and this is the, okay, this is the unit price. Okay, sales price into quantity. Okay, if you do sales price into quantity, then only we'll get the total sales, right? Okay, unit price. Okay, unit price into then quantity sold. Okay, quantity sold. Okay, unit price into quantity sold as a total sales case. Okay, total sales. Okay, if you want that in a bracket, like also if you, okay, if you don't want to keep it, if you want a space, you have to use a square bracket. Okay, if you want space, you can use the square brackets in a column name. Okay, so that is the total sales. Okay, but our condition, okay, if you want to create a any expression that may give the nulls. Okay, if that may give the nulls. Okay, if it is null, so we can replace with some value, right? So we have to check is null value, guys. Okay, if it is null, so if it is null, okay, is null, we'll check the null or not. Okay, is null, check whether it is null. Okay, whether it is null, replace some value. Okay, replace some value, comma, some replace value 0. Okay, so I don't want to be a null values. Okay, I don't want to be a null values. Okay, is that clear? What is this? Why it is giving error? So like price into quantity. Okay, price into quantity. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so the bracket should be matched, guys. Okay, this is give the total sales now. Okay, this is the gives total sales, and then number of counts. Okay, so what is the output? One more, number of transactions. Okay, you need number of transactions. Okay, for that we need to count the transactions, right? So we need to count the transactions. Okay, we need to count the transactions. So for that, so as for our condition, we have to use a count big. Okay, we cannot use normal count, right? So use count big, big, open bracket. Okay, star as total transactions. Total transactions. Okay, total trans. So just I'm writing total trans. Now, so we are using the aggregations. Okay, if there is any normal select list, that would be in a group by case. Okay, that would be in group by. Okay, if you want to know more clarity about this, okay, I have already discussed about the aggregation functions in a great detail video. Okay, you can go with the aggregation that one, and then this is if anything. Okay, so if that is not in the aggregations, okay, if anything in the select list, that should be comes under a group by. Okay, that should be comes under group by. Now we'll see so how we are getting the same results or not. Okay, name, total sales, and total transactions. So guys, okay, the same thing we are getting, right? So then on top of this, we will create a view. On top of this, we'll create a view. That should be indexed view. Okay, to create a indexed view. So what is the syntax for creating a view? Create view name. Okay, that is indexed view, right? So just write a syntax, guys. Okay, you should follow the syntax. It's a view name, so you have to feel it's a view name, right? So, okay, we'll call it as a total sales by product. Okay, so total sales by product, that is my view name. Okay, product, that is my view name. Okay, so as, so before as, so we should have a schema binding, right? Before as, we should have a schema binding. Okay, with schema binding. Schema binding we'll discuss in a separate video. Okay, with schema binding. Okay, so that we can create. Okay, so now execute it, it will create a view. So in this view, okay, after creating with the schema binding, okay, in on this view, so we can create an index. Okay, let me execute it, guys. Okay, so command completed successfully. Now, okay, this is the view now. Okay, so on this view, so like, so the transactions may be in a millions, right? So millions, and so I don't want to, so if it is refers from the source table, if it is refers from the source table, okay, it will take more time, guys. Okay, it will take more time, so I don't want to take more time. So then you can so on top of that, if you create an indexed view, the performance will be fast. So the performance will be fast, guys. Okay, that is the reason. So I'm going to create an index view. Okay, just select this view. Okay, select this view, so it will give the results of that whatever the expected results. Okay, so now we'll create a view index on this. Okay, to improve the performance. Okay, if you have a millions of records, okay, if you have a millions of records, okay, so then you can go with the, okay, you don't want to, okay, the performance, if you want to increase the performance, you can go with the create, okay, create index, right? So that may be unique, okay, unique clustered index. Okay, clustered index. Okay, so you can create a cluster index. So the clustered index, and so unique cluster index, right? So you can write uid underscore. So you have to follow the naming convention, guys. Okay, on which you are creating an index on this view, on which name you are so which column name you are writing, and name column. Okay, a name column I'm creating a index. Okay, so that is the index. And on, so on where you are creating on this view. Okay, that is the index. Create index name. Okay, create index type. So create index type and index name. So create index type. This is the index type. Which index type? So we have a multiple index types, right? Cluster index, non-cluster index, something like that. And this is the index name, on which table and which column. Okay, on name column. Okay, that is the syntax. Okay, so if you want to know about the how to create index and all the syntax wise, so I have already discussed the great details about the index. Okay, so you can go and watch that index, guys. Okay, so just let me execute it. Okay, the command completed successfully. So now every time, okay, whenever the data is refreshed in the base table automatically, okay, so that will refresh it here also, and the performance will be fast when you create an index on this thing, guys. Okay, so but important thing is, so you have to follow some guidelines to create an index. Okay, so there is a Microsoft document, you can find more guidelines, but for now, so these are the important things, right? So that is the reason I explained. Okay, this is about the index. Okay, indexed view. Okay, so maybe people will call a materialized view or indexed view. Okay, don't get confused, both are same. So when if you create an indexed view, okay, when you create a index and a view, it physically stores the data. Okay, it physically stores the data. Okay, earlier, so view means it's a virtual table, it will not store any data, but when you create an index, okay, if you go here and then so the table name, right? So just refresh, so view name, sorry. So if you go to the view, on view you can see the, okay, so the TBL products. Okay, this is the one. So there you can see the keys also. Okay, index also. Okay, so you can expand index, there is an index which you have created. Okay, if you go here, so it's the same index name. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so that means it stores the physically data. Okay, that means it stores the data physically. Yes. Okay, hope you understand. So what is indexed view? Okay, so if you like the video, please share and subscribe my video for more videos. Okay, subscribe guys. Okay, thank you so much.